What is going on, Bold Nation? This is LaserBolt coming at you with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys all the 5 corrupted eggs that you will be able to get within the raid at its current state. Now, 4 of these you could do solo, but there's going to be one in particular that you're actually going to have to do with a fire team. So you could definitely go ahead, pick up the 4 and leave the last one whenever you run it with your team or whenever you're completing the raid. So let's get started with the first one. Of course, one thing you're going to need that you have to make sure you have, of course, guys, is the Wish Ender Bow, because that's the only way you're able to shoot the corrupted eggs. If you don't know how to get the Wish Ender Bow, I have a complete guide on how to get it, so either click on the video down below in the description or click the annotation that's showing up on the top. Once you have the bow enabled, you will then need to proceed and head over to the raid. And when you head over to the raid, you're going to want to make sure you head over to the wall, which will allow you to input a code. You're going to input the code that you see right now on screen, and to just double check that you input the code correctly, once this code has been inputted, you will then be able to see the eggs. You won't be able to see the eggs if this code hasn't been in place. One thing I want to also let you know is, since this wall allows you to skip different areas of the map or different sections, you will need to be inputting that code every time you're going to skip a section. So for example, let's say you want to go to the ogre part and get that egg that's at the ogre, you're going to first need to input the code for the eggs to show up, and then input the code for you to teleport. So let's talk about the first one right here. The first one's going to be right below the kind of like the symbol, like since we divided it into 3, the second symbol that's facing the right hand side. It's going to be right above in a cave. Now, there's a couple ways you could actually overtake this jump. You can either jump, if you're a hunter and a warlock, your best bet would be probably to jump on the rock that's in front. Jump on there, mantle to the little banner that's holding the flags, jumping over to the ledge and shoot the crystal. For a titan, it's a little bit more difficult, so I suggest either taking this other route, which is primarily at the start of the map. And before you go to the start of the map, you head over to the left-hand side. You will jump on top of a rock, jump on top of the curved shape right here. Once you're there, jump on top of the circle part that's on the orb. Then just glide your way over to the rock, mantle up, and you will be able to see the crystal or the egg that spawns right there. Shoot the egg and you will be able to nab yourselves a Dreaming City weapon or gear. Now keep in mind, guys, if it's weapons that you already have, always double check that they are Masterwork Core, because if they are, then they're definitely a keeper and you might keep that one even though they come under light level. Alright, so for the next section, we are going to be skipping it all the way to Shiroshi. Now, if you're doing the complete raid, you can pretty much shoot this crystal from the bridge, but this is just in case you spawned, you automatically spawned at the checkpoint and you inputted the code. What you will need to do is turn around. You're going to see a rock that's in front of you. Jump on top of this rock and then jump to the building or the rock that's towards the left-hand side. Fly up in the air. Get as high as you can on top of that rock, look down, and you will be able to see that the egg is located at that area. Alright, so now for egg number 3, guys. Now this is the one that you will be able to get even though you are doing the solo. So keep in mind, the next one is the one that you won't be able to get if you're doing solo. But this right here, you're able to get. So go ahead, input the code that is needed to teleport to, I keep calling her Golgroth. So just go ahead and input the code, and once you input the code, you will spawn it right in front of the ogre boss. Head to the left hand side, and there's a couple ways to do this. I believe the way I'm doing it, it's kind of a little bit easier because it gives you a little bit more flexibility in case you mess up your jumps. All you gotta do is parkour to the left hand side of the rocks, work your way up top, and the crystal or the egg will be straight across from where you're shooting. There you go, guys. Remember, the bow doesn't have any compensation or any arch, so just shoot the arrow straight and you should be able to hit the egg without a problem. The next egg is the one that you're pretty much going to need someone to help you clear the boss or kill the ogre, because this one is extremely right after you kill the ogre. So once you kill the ogre, you're going to head down the pathway like if you were heading towards the vault. Once you make your way towards the vault side, when you exit the big area where there's a bridge and where you pick up the chest for the secret ship that you're able to get, instead of going straight on the bridge right before you get there, you make a quick left, drop a little bit down, and you're going to see a cave this cave is going to hold the egg in there. Shoot the egg and you obtain the 4th egg. Now for the final and last egg, which is kind of like the hardest one, and I believe might have been the one that was hardest to find just because of where it's located. It's very tricky to actually see this one unless you've been spending a lot of time in the raid. What you will need to do is go ahead, head over to the vault. Once you enter the vault, on the left hand side you will see a little lantern. Jump on top of that lantern, kind of do a little U-sweep, like that, and land on top of the taken blight or taken orb. Once you're on that taken orb, look straight in front of you, jump on top of another orb, and work your way to the top. You're going to see a little cave that looks weird, and you might not be able to see this egg at first, but just kind of wiggle with it and just move around a bit, and then you'll be able to see the egg and collect the 5th egg. As soon as you collect the 5th egg, you will then notice that you unlocked a triumph. Once that triumph has been unlocked, you guys are ready to partake and find the rest of the eggs. Now, I will have a complete guide going over where every single egg is located. Remember, there's certain places that are time gated, so they're only available this week. You have to wait for them to come out next week. So you're going to want to make sure you know where all these eggs are located, so you guys can make sure you get a chance to possibly, there's a big speculation that there's an exotic tied to the end of collecting all the eggs. And there you guys have it. That is how you find all the 5 eggs in the raid. Don't forget, guys, if you want to stay up to date to all things Destiny 2, make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.